Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. It's me, Caster, and in this one we're going to go through everything about the gases in No Man's Sky, and there are three different types of gases. There are the universal utility gases. They are your oxygen, dihydrogen and tritium and deuterium. There are the primary atmospheric gases, the nitrogen, sulfurine, radon, and then there are the speciality or deep sky gases, which is methane and crystallized helium, although crystallized helium is a crystallized form of helium, so maybe it shouldn't be included in this list, but I am going to include it in this list. So starting off with the universal utility gases. The first one, dihydrogen. Absolutely everywhere on most, if not all, of the planets in No Man's Sky. And they look like little blue crystals like this, which you can harvest using your terrain manipulator. Or you can find them in giant crystal form like that. You also get crystal fragments sometimes from collecting the dihydrogen crystals either way, and you analyze that and it will give you more dihydrogen. Next on the list of universal utility gases is oxygen, and they can be found in oxygen-rich plants like so, and sometimes you can find them in a large patch, and that's fantastic because it will give you tons of those little plants and you can collect all of the oxygen to your heart's content. You can also find oxygen in all of the hazardous plants. These gas plants are pretty good because you can collect the gassy pods before it explodes, then shoot at it and you'll get the extra oxygen. All of the hazardous flora that you kill, like that one over there for example, will give you oxygen. Next up is the deuterium, but this only on planets can be found in plant form and you don't actually get any minerals. It just gives you a jetpack power surge, which allows you to use your jetpack for a little bit longer without it losing any of power at all. And now it's just fading there. Deuterium can also be made, so you use a tritium and you use that lovely dihydrogen we were talking about, and that will give you deuterium. Tritium itself can be harvested from asteroids in space, just using your wonderful starship to shoot the asteroids. You'll also get gold, silver, sometimes platinum from the asteroids as well, so definitely worth giving them a mine and collecting tritium as well as a bunch of other items. You'll also get anomaly detectors out of asteroids, but also you'll get the hyperclusters, so the tritium hypercluster here, and if I analyze that I'll get more tritium, but you also need that in some cases for crafting and things, so just be wary not to leave yourself short of those, but they are easy to find, just collecting them from asteroids. To finish off the universal utility gases then, in your base you can build a oxygen harvester, and that will harvest oxygen for you from the atmosphere. It's in advanced technology and you cannot build it on a platform. It says it has to be built in an area on the terrain, but you can only have one in your local area, so that's a bit frustrating, but nonetheless it's definitely worth it. 250 oxygen every so often. Does it tell us? Let's put that back in there. It's going up rather quickly, so yeah, I mean I put that down earlier on today and it was already at 250, and that is the universal utility gases. Moving swiftly on then to the primary atmospheric gases then. There's three of them. There is nitrogen, there is sulfurine, and there is radon. Now, to collect them from the atmosphere, you can put down a piece of deployable technology called an atmosphere harvester. And as far as I'm aware, there isn't any limit to these. I'm not sure, but I don't think there is. We can place another one down if we want to. Right, so you do have to fuel all of these things, of course. As you can see, these are collecting nitrogen, and that is because I am on a lush world. You can also get nitrogen from toxic worlds. And even though this says it's a humid world, which it is, it's also part of the lush world area or designations, and that way it's going to collect a bunch of nitrogen for me. Sulfurine can be collected from scorched or desert planets, so your hot planets or your nothing planets, and then you've got the radon, which can be harvested from radioactive worlds and frozen worlds. Just remember that if you do place these down on their own and fly away, they will not leave a marker, so I tend to build them around a base, or at least have a save beacon for them, just so I can find them when I put them down. The primary atmospheric gases are also used to create nitrogen salt, thermic condensate, and enriched carbon. And these are crafted materials rather than refined materials. So use radon and condensed carbon for enriched carbon, nitrogen and condensed carbon for nitrogen salt, and sulfurine and condensed carbon for the thermic condensate. These items are usually used in high tier crafting, so you can craft things like the fusion igniters, for example, and other high reward craftable items. There's also a feedback loop or a conversion loop in terms of refining. So if I go into here, if I grab my nitrogen and I grab my chromatic metal, that will refine into sulfurine. If I take away my chromatic metal, we'll see here that it's more than halves, well, halves really. But the chromatic metal enables it to be a 1-for-1. So you can see you can get 306 sulfurine for 306 nitrogen. Sulfurine, that goes into radon. And for radon, that goes back into nitrogen. One we haven't spoken about yet, which I'll come on to, is methane. That one goes into nitrogen. This is also the same with oxygen. It's a 1-to-1. So sulfurine into radon, radon into nitrogen, nitrogen into sulfurine, and methane into nitrogen as well. This used to be a 1-to-3. So you'd put 1 oxygen, 1 sulfurine in, and it will give you 3 sulfurine. For some reason they seem to have changed it. That might have happened a while ago. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm not too sure when that stopped being a thing, but it has stopped being a thing, which is a little bit disappointing because you could really increase the amount of items you had using the oxygen, and then that would obviously allow you to create more high-end craftable materials once you did the enrichment via the condensed carbon. Crystallized helium is only found on gas giants, and it is a crystallized version of helium, so that means it's not really a gas, I guess. Let me know what you think. It does come up as a gas as far as I can tell, but it's just a crystallized version. This is a late game item, and you will have to go through all of the autophage missions and then go through some more to unlock the purple systems. In terms of actual gas, if we get an atmospheric harvester out here, this is going to give us methane, as long as we fuel it, of course, and over time this will give us a bunch of that. It can only be found on gas giants. I did get some information it's found on marshy world. Not true at all. I did try this on a marshy world and it came up with nitrogen. As a piece of portable technology, by the way, you can pick up the atmospheric harvester and take it with you. Another way to find gas is using the analysis visor, gas survey mode, and then you'll find a hotspot. And here we have one. Now we are going to have to put down a base computer for this and set up a little base. Then go across to power and industry and we get a gas extractor. Make sure we have some power to our gas extractor. And then you'll see here that it's getting methane out of this gas area under the ground. I did this earlier on a gas giant and it gave me nitrogen. So it can be different gases or yields coming out of the gas extractor. We do have power to it, of course. What do they take to make? They take metal plating and chromatic metal. They're not too bad at all. One other thing we can do here is actually put down a supply depot. And then we can connect the gas extractor to the supply depot. And you can see here that it will now start putting some methane into the supply depot. And you can do a bunch of these and have a bunch of methane, if that's what you want to do. You will have to have a base here though for this because they are not portable pieces of technology. One other way to extract gases is actually from your freighter using the Stellar Extractor Room. They cost silver, gold and magnetized ferrite, and they will cost you a salvaged frigate module to unlock. You will have to unlock the corridor and the refiner room first before you can get to it. Then you can fit it into your freighter base. They sound horrendous, but here they are nonetheless. And we are processing purple class stellar material, which will give you methane. And all four of these, as you can see in your screen, will give me methane. If I go to a yellow star system, I'll get the chromatic metal. If I go to red star systems, I'll get the nitrogen. If I go to green, I will get the sulfurine, and if I go to blue, I will get the radon. Your freighter will have to sit in that system for the 2-minute, 3-minute cycle. The extraction rate is 15 plus 1 hour apparently. Anyway, for the cycle for it to get the methane, and if you don't collect from your extractor core before you send your freighter to a different star system, you will lose the gas or chromatic metal that is in your stellar extractor. So before anybody says anything else, ammonia and dioxide are not actually gases. They are chemical compounds and are classified as localized earth materials, powders / solids, not gases. I thought they were, but they're not. I suppose they're a bit like the crystallized helium. Maybe you could say that. They're actually the compounds and solids of it. So maybe crystallized helium shouldn't be in this video, but it is nonetheless, because it's one of those rare items you can only find on gas giants. So like it or lump it, it's in there, and ammonia and dioxide are not. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. This video was actually a redo of an older video I did, which was part of a beginner's guide where I did a lot of stuff before the gas section. So hopefully this has cleared things up and made it a little bit more neat and tidy. Take care out there. Bye bye.